Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Hollywood After Dark, the #1 late night movie podcast here on YouTube. Tonight, we're going to be talking about Ezra Miller and the plea deal heard around the world. Avatar 2 getting extended out there in China, and Gina Carano once again makes an absolute laughingstock of herself. Folks, tonight's going to be wet. It's going to be wild. It's going to be amazing. So grab your hand, grab your lube. It's Hollywood After Dark, folks. Let's fucking go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? How you guys doing? Welcome to the party. Let me get that off there. Okay, cool. Apparently, I'm having some technical issues because StreamYard is now telling me I have technical issues, but that doesn't surprise me because it's fucking StreamYard. I hope everyone out there is having themselves a great, grand, amazing day. It's been fun. I didn't stream last night. Wasn't feeling very well, needed to get some sleep, and that's kind of what I've been doing off and on today. But what I did do last night is I did sit down and I finally watched Puss in Boots, the Last Wish, and I'm in the process. I just recorded my review of that, which is one of the reasons why I'm a little bit late, but that will be up after the stream over on Patio Commentary. If you want to know my thoughts on it, my generally spoiler-free thoughts, but my God, the movie's amazing. Hands down, one of the better films I've seen in the last year. But not only that, folks, not only that, if you want to get more at a Patio Commentary, I told you it was coming. It came out earlier today. Battle Los Angeles Explained. That's right. The Patio Commentary episode about Battle LA, the 2011 movie that's like Black Hawk Down meets Alien Invasion. I go through the whole thing in a bit more of an open style. It's very similar to how I kind of do Hollywood After Dark. I think I showed it to a few people ahead of the release, and they liked it quite a bit. They thought it had a HWAD clip out kind of feel. So maybe, who knows, maybe I'll end up doing a Hollywood After, or a Patio Commentary live and everything. If you guys want to do one of those live, let me know. That could be actually a lot of fun. I don't know if I'd be able to answer any questions in the comment section or anything like that, simply because it would just be too much to kind of handle at the end of the day. It's a lot going on there. What's it streaming on? What do you mean, what's it streaming on? Oh, what's Puss in Boots streaming on? It's not streaming on anything. You have to get it PVOD. Or, nowhere to go, sort of thing. Music Man here is giving me an up for that. Props. Thank you. Says, excellent pod. Thank you very much. Music Man, let me ask you this while you're here. How'd you like the style? It was a little bit different from previous episodes. I wanted something a little bit different. And actually, you know what? I'll explain why I wanted to do something. I kind of mentioned it the other night too. But what I kind of put myself in this mindset when I go live to do this, where it's a lot of like energetic commentary, and that's kind of how I roll. So I thought if I could bring that over to Patio Commentary, it could be a little bit more fun. I just have to put myself in that specific mindset. So that's one of the reasons why. But anyway, I hope everyone out there, like I said, having themselves a good day. Ralph's Double Tits here says that Shin Ultraman released today. Is that on Netflix? Because I saw some people talking about it, but I didn't hear good things about it, if I'm being honest with you. I didn't really hear anything great about it. So, but then again, I'm not an Ultraman fan, right? I'm not an Ultraman fan. I'm not, me and stuff coming out of Japan, we're not 100% simpatico. You know what I mean? Not to say that I don't like it. It's just, I don't have any kind of experience with it. So there's that. But hey, listen, if you saw it and you like it, I'm glad, man. I'm glad you saw it. I'm glad you like it. I think it's, definitely something that a lot of people out there are going to really kind of relate to, who happen to enjoy Ultraman, and that's great. That's why we do it, folks. That's why we're here, to watch things that we like, to watch things that we enjoy. Again, Puss in Boots last night, I really liked that. I haven't watched The Bad Batch yet. I've been getting asked about The Bad Batch. I haven't done that. I need to. It's on my list of things to do. It's just been very weird recently. Although tonight was kind of funny. Tonight was kind of funny. So I'm watching my kids, right? The other night, we started watching, Avatar with the family, right? And, my 5-year-old was really getting into it, even though it's a little bit kind of scary for her at times, she's still getting into it. So tonight they're playing, they're doing their stuff, and I'm watching TV. And I come across all these like Avatar 2 lore videos, like to get to know like the different clans and what's going on with all that stuff. So we start watching these videos, and my daughter starts watching them, and she's like, Daddy, can we watch Avatar? Can we watch Avatar? You know, so she really wants to see Avatar 2. She's really excited to see Avatar 2. And I think one of the funny things about that is just, I think a lot of people out there are really, really excited for more Avatar. I know maybe not everybody. All right. I know maybe not everybody's out there for more Avatar, but I definitely am. So we'll start off tonight talking about that real quick here, because a couple quick things popped up. Cameron has confirmed that Avatar 2's upcoming sequels will feature the same adversary in each movie, saying here, it's not like a superhero story where there's a new villain in every film. And I think that's really fascinating. It makes a lot of sense given the context of the story, but let's get the full quote here. So this is what he says. It's not like a superhero story where there's a new villain every film. Same guy, right? Same adversary through the whole thing. But how he evolves is also a very interesting one. Interesting once we bring in additional adversaries as we go along. Additional adversaries and additional allies. And I think that's how you have to build out the world. I think that's one of the things that people like got really mad about when it came to, let's say, Terminator Dark Fate. I saw some comments about this on Twitter earlier today. People talking about how, oh my God, Terminator Dark Fate, you guys, just totally destroyed and underhanded Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. I mean, stories evolve. Things don't work out the way you want them to. You have to establish new challenges for your characters. Some things might happen that are shocking. Life in and of itself is shocking in nature. I mean, how many people out there were shocked while watching that football game the other day where the guy just got tackled, gets up and collapses, right? Or how many people were shocked back in the late 90s when Princess Diana was killed? I remember that. Like, everyone was freaking out about that, you know, or how many people were shocked like when other tragedies have happened. Like, this is not something that like is shocking, I think, to most people out there, right? And what I mean by that is the fact that it's life comes at you in literally 100 million different ways all at once. You never know. You never know if you step out your house, it's going to be the last time you step out your house. What I mean by that is there's 8 billion people on this planet, that are all doing and acting independently of each other. So you know what? Things are going to collide. Things are going to happen. Things are going to be bad or be good. But I find it funny when people get kind of mad about that in stories. Like, they want stories. What do you want? You want happily ever after? Okay. It's kind of boring. It is. Anyway, Brandon Davis was the one asking the questions here. And they went on to talk about the VFX a little bit here. Okay, so obviously going into that whole stuff, right? But what we know about this is that it's going to be Quaritch. It's going to be the villain practically the entire time. And having Quaritch be the villain is actually really fascinating. And I say that because Quaritch is if you've seen Avatar: The Way of Water, you see how his character actually evolves. And it's interesting how they did that. But now what we know about Quaritch, what we know about the whole situation, will actually allow that character the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to experience new things, the opportunity to question his own morals, to question his own actions, and to defend those actions and to defend those morals and things like that. And I think that's going to be a very interesting thing. That's what's going to happen as we go along with the franchise. So it's going to be very, very fascinating. Donovan here says, I'm very interested in a more antagonistic Na'vi. Yes, I am as well. I'm curious what the Ash people are going to be like. Kind of interesting. Tony, I see your super chat, buddy. Thank you. We're going to get to that here when we get to the Carano bit. So 100% we'll get to that. But thank you very, very, very much. Agent Josh here says, life comes at you. It does. Life comes at you pretty fast. All right. You know who knows that firsthand? Porn stars. All the time. Comes at them all the time. Jarbo just wants doom and gloom. I don't want doom and gloom. I want life to be, I like fantasy stories to be reflective of life, to be reflective of society. I like it to show us our problems and to show it to us in a way that we can maybe have a deep dive of. All right. Like, that's kind of the whole fucking point, that's where it's at. And I think, quite frankly, like, you know, when people who just want, like, you know, look at Superman, for example, I'm not going to dwell on that for too long, but the people that are like, I just want my Boy Scout Superman, You know, like these are the people that like you could tell freaking watch like Blippi unironically. They just want flowers and sunshines, rainbows and blowjobs. I mean, that's all they want. And it's, I mean, I could agree with the blowjob thing, but that's what they want. And it's like, where's your character struggle? Your character has got to fail. Your character has got to be knocked down. That's a real thing. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people out there tend to forget that, right? They tend to forget that. So yeah, we have that to kind of talk about there. I know. I feel, you know, so there's that. Apparently, wow, just because I'm kind of seeing this here pop up, according to, what is this, Fandom Wire? There's a report going around real quick. I just want to chime in on this. It's kind of a big thing. Saying here, if he doesn't lose his leg altogether, Avengers star Jeremy Renner's friends are worried he might never walk again after his near-death experience. That's terrible. I hope he actually gets that situated. All right, so they said he has blunt chest trauma, means he could have cracked his ribs or could be heart damage. This will be a very long and slow recovery for him. You know what? I hope he gets it sorted out here. So, all right. So an insider reported after he's gone through 2 surgeries in ICU. Jeremy's already gone through 2 delicate surgeries, but there are serious doubts he'll ever be able to walk again or at all. His loved ones worry that the damage was significant enough to prevent him from moving the way he used to. That is, if he doesn't lose the leg altogether. Well, this is all coming in through speculatory. This is all coming in through, some inside source who's saying some stuff. Fandom Wire, I mean, Fandom Wire is kind of like, I kind of feel like if we're, we talk a little bit about like AI controlled, AI written content, AI written copy. And I kind of feel like this is that kind of shit. Cause I don't quite see, it's Radar Online is the source of this. All right. So, this is just what a source says, but also notice here by Radar staff from 2 days ago. And it's not written by anyone specific, obviously. So we don't quite know what's going on with that. I do hope that he ends up having a very speedy and very fast recovery. Obviously, we want Jeremy Renner to be tip top for everything. I agree with Little Movie Perp. This is so sad. I think he'll be okay. Look, this guy, again, like he's got the backing of Disney, which means that the likelihood of he's going to have he'll have what he needs to have. They'll make it work one way or the other. But, it's just like Chan here says, someone who has one leg, you can live without your legs. That's true. You can live, but when you're 52, you are a world-renowned A-list actor who's still doing well. It's a big deal. This is going to take a lot of time for him to recover from, because the older you get, it does take longer to recover. So, that's kind of, that's where it's at. I really hope that he's doing okay. I hope that he has the recovery that he needs, and I'm sure he will. I'm absolutely positive that he will. So thank you for that update real quick here. There was one more thing I wanted to cover with Avatar. We kind of jumped ahead there, but I felt it was worth talking about. According to the Avatar sequels Twitter account, so give that whatever you will, they're saying here that Disney's Avatar: The Way of Water has been given permission to extend its current run in mainland Chinese cinemas beyond the 30-day theatrical period normally granted to Hollywood films imported into the country. And I mean, it's, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing for the Avatar 2 box office, right? I've seen some people chime in on this and go, oh, does that mean it's going to be 2.5 billion confirmed? 2.5 billion. Oh my God. Like, I don't even know if this thing's going to make 2 billion. I think it's going to hit 2 billion, but like, is it going to beat out Avengers Endgame? No. Is it going to end up beating out the original Avatar? No. Is it going to beat out Titanic? Probably not. All right. But there's that. But there's a lot of stuff there. Chan here says, it's a big deal, but being an A-list star might be actually able to do good for the handicapped community. You mean the disabled community? I mean, there's already a lot that goes into that, I think I see your point, but I kind of feel it's a little bit too early to have those specific conversations. So anyway, I do hope Avatar hits that amount of money. Anthony here asking, do I think Ant-Man 3 will go to China? I don't think it will go to China, if I'm being honest with you. I think it should go to China, but I don't think that it is going to go to China. They're being like really, really, really picky on that stuff. And I feel that's just kind of where, unfortunately, things are, like that's just where things are. And it sucks. It really does suck. It sucks because, it's just, you want it, like you want more people to see more movies, but the way that country is going, it's very, very difficult to really kind of like let it, it's really difficult for that to happen, to be fair. Okay. Everything's going to go there. It's just really, really, really not. But Ant-Man isn't a demon. That's true. Garrick asking, is Gina Carano more bankable than The Rock? No, not at all. Not at all. So why don't we laugh real quick? We'll do the laughing at Gina Carano. Before, actually, no, hold on. There's one thing I saw that I want to talk about real quick. First, I've been bringing up AI quite a bit recently, and you know what? People out there are going to take it. They're going to run with it. But then we get something like this. We get this new app that came out that is on what appears to be the App Store, right? You can chat with an AI version of Wednesday Addams. Do you think you can make her smile? Chat with the most famous gothic daughter. What the ever-loving hell? So clicking on this here, all right, this is Fion Digital Twins, real people. Okay. And so you can, I guess, chat with like, I don't know. Let's find out more here. So Fion is an app where you can chat with digital twins of real people. Oh, digital twins, meaning like there's like, it's like a digital version of another person. Okay. They're smart, realistic digital avatars. Behind every digital twin, there's someone who created it, a real human with whom they share the look, the voice, and the personality. So, okay. So it's a person created, they import a person into the AI. That's kind of weird. A robust AI solution powering a digital twin creates an uncanny resemblance to its human prototype. Not only does the twin have the looks and the voice of a real person, but also the character, and it knows everything about their life story. You can communicate with the digital twin on any topic and get short video messages in response. The videos are so realistic, it's hard to tell the difference. While chatting with a digital twin, you can get to know someone's true nature, learn fun facts from their life, get support that you're looking for, or even find a new friend. And they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So you can stay on as long as you want. That's kind of creepy. All right. So nothing in here is even remotely talking about the Wednesday Addams here, right? Again, I clicked on that. I thought it'd be an image, right? Nothing here. That's just like chat with the most famous gothic daughter. It's ridiculous, right? Ridiculous. But it's got 48,000 views on this particular tweet here, but no likes, right? No retweets, no comments. Maybe. Let me just kind of refresh it. Maybe. Nope. So that's kind of weird. That's a little sus. That's a little kind of crazy, so to speak. But that's what's going on with that. Anyway, Ryan for 5. Thank you very much, Ryan. Says, a bit off topic. Olin Rogers' newest project reached 500,000 on Kickstarter. That's good for him. I feel bad about Final Space being canceled. That show, though, I honestly thought that show was going to be canceled like a lot. You know what I mean? I thought it was going to be canceled like way sooner than it did. The fact that it got 3 seasons was pretty wild. But I am bummed. I am bummed that it did. We need a Jarbo AI. No, we're good. We're good. We're fine on not needing a Jarbo AI. Okay. Chan here, a matinee member, 9 months. Thanks, buddy. Says, check out the Velma show trailer. Yeah. If someone can DM that to me, we'll take a look. I hear it's really bad. I know it drops tomorrow, but I hear the trailer is like really, really, really bad. So we'll take a look at that there. Butt Toucher here says, sounds like an app for pedos. I don't know about that. I think it's kind of crazy. Ralph Stubbletits here says, Zaslav really canceled the Batgirl, but kept that Velma show. I mean, like the cost between the two is not even comparable. So there's that. Garrick here asking, Graveyard Shift, Silver Bullet, or Thinner. I would go with with Silver Bullet. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen Graveyard Shift, to be honest with you. Maximum Overdrive. I love Maximum Overdrive. Such a great film. Such a great movie, but I'd probably go with Silver Bullet because I just love Silver Bullet. I remember being very fond of that movie when I watched it. I do actually want to watch it again. So, all right, guys, let us laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh at Gina Carano. Now, if you've been around here for a while, all right, if you've been around here for a while, you know how dumb Gina Carano is. And I don't mean that to be like mean-spirited or being a bully or anything along those lines. What I mean by that, quite frankly, is just that it's ridiculous. Like how a person has torpedoed, and as a person who has torpedoed their own career, right? I'm like totally saying, it's like you can watch, when someone's doing it, like when someone's getting bad advice. All right. Like, and Gina Carano is 100% getting bad advice. That's the whole thing. Yeah. Donovan here is right. Gina is her own worst enemy. That's very true. And the reason why it's so funny is because it's like, it's not hard for her to just like stop talking and be a fucking professional, but she got caught up in this culture war nonsense. And the thing is, she got all of this like validation from these culture bros. And we all know who they are. We all know who these people are. That's not even a question. That's not even up for fucking debate. But they come out, they defend her as if she's going to like slide into their DMs and like, suck them dry for a sample of their cum. Like, it's just not going to fucking happen. It's just not going to fucking happen at all. What's Perp here says what's more funny is how some people treat her like an A-list celebrity. Although I'm now starting to, I think Perp 23 and Little Movie Perp and Perp Minded are different people. There's that. Garrick here says Drunk 3PO is a dump for Gina. Oh, dude, he is a simp. He is a massive, massive simp. All right. Like, I mean, my God, Drunk 3PO. Like, if he didn't have sex with her, I feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like, I know we talk about that, we joke about that, but like, he was so like, if he was friend zoned, I feel bad. Because she was flirting back, it felt like. She was flirting back from what I could tell, like, oh, come on out, come see me in Vegas. Like, come on, man. If you travel from like Orlando, Florida, the armpit of the penis state to Las Vegas to meet up with Gina Carano after you've been like completely like sucking her asshole clean of corn for like the last couple weeks and shit. And she kind of invites you out. Like, I mean, come on. He went there with thinking it might happen. Like, he went there thinking like, I could get this, man. I'm a clap that ass. Like, he was thinking that, like, that. And apparently it didn't happen. So for that, I feel bad for him. All right. I feel bad for him on that one, but he's a massive simp for Gina Carano. And it's hysterical. So let's find out more, shall we here? So according to this article in The Direct, Gina Carano, the controversy-ridden former star of the Star Wars Disney Plus series The Mandalorian, has spoken out against a contributor of The Hollywood Reporter. Oh my God, what did this man do? What did this man do to Gina? How hard did he attack her sensibilities, you guys? Now, anyway, here's how it all went down. All right. All right. So after it all went down, when Gina was fired, okay, she said she was bullied by Walt Disney Studios, and she made sure to send out a direct message of hope to everyone living in fear of cancellation. Folks, don't you know that mocking the transgendered community, mocking vaccinations, mocking masks, and trying to compare the plight of the modern age conservative to Jews in the fucking Holocaust, guys? Come on. That is out. She's fighting the good fight, guys. She's out there. She's walking in Charlottesville in solidarity, holding her tiki torch, saying the Jews will not replace us in blood and soil. We know it, folks. We know it to be true at this point. She was there in spirit. She probably watches those videos all the time. Gina, no. Why, Gina? Why? Why would you do that, Gina? For those of you in the back who don't understand, I'm being extremely hyperbolic. Extremely hyperbolic, right? Unlike the Quartering that has openly talked about how he would be friend zoned by Gina in hopes of like being cucked by her at some point. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, the dudes who were simping for Gina Carano were just fucking terrible. All right. We're just terrible. Jess, I see your super chat. We will get to that here in a little bit. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. I'm just saying it's just like so fucking dumb is how she acts. Right. And yeah, it's completely worth mocking. So Carano has shared her thoughts on a specific journalist who she claimed to have continued to harass her since she was let go from The Mandalorian in 2021. The press member in question, Richard Newby, a contributor to The Hollywood Reporter, who posted on Twitter that he's never stopped laughing at how badly she fumbled the bag. This is what he says. I'll never stop laughing at the fact she could have had her own Star Wars series, toys, books, comics, apparel. She was that close. She didn't just fumble the bag. She dumped it out, put it over her head, and cut off her air supply, which is a very succinct way of saying what we've all been joking about now for, quite frankly, 2 years. That's why it's so funny. Carano then stated by claiming that the journalist repeatedly joins an online mob. I'm assuming mob, not mod. Mob of mostly anonymous accounts harassing her, while also stating that the details of her film's debut, which is what prompted Newby's original tweet, were incorrect. Now, for one, Gina Carano blocks you if you so much as look at her in a way that's confusing or questioning of her motives. So, you know, she's a dainty little snowflake, that one is. But what he was talking about here was the movie Terror on the Prairie. Now, there was a tweet going around about how Terror on the Prairie is a movie that only made like $804 theatrically, when the reality of the situation is that the movie was made on a considerably low budget in Montana back in 2021, I think, and maybe early 2022, whatever. And it was shot for Daily Wire Plus. It was meant to be a streaming movie. It's like a Netflix original for Daily Wire, the conservative version of Netflix. Now, that specific outlet, I don't know how many subscribers it has. It's a private organization. It's not a public organization, but according to some reports that I have seen, it's rocking around 900,000 paid members at about $12 a month. So, and how many of those used coupon code Gina for 25% off in order to get that membership? I have no idea. But you figure, okay, 900,000 people, let's say let's say their lineup on there ain't great. So let's say like half of those people watch the movie. And that's a generous number, by the way. As far as I can tell, Daily Wire has not put out any information about how well Terror on the Prairie did or didn't do for their outlet, which makes sense. If they didn't put out any information talking about how, pro-free speech, pro-American patriotic conservatives who have signed up for Daily Wire Plus have come out in droves to watch Terror on the Prairie with the fallen star, Gina Carano, the falsely canceled pariah of Hollywood, for simply just talking against the vaccines and the masks and the mandates and going after the trans people in a way that is not that, blah, 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 whatever. Because that's what they're going to do with it. Like, why wasn't that like a bigger story? They had the premiere, all the chuds popped up, all the chuds showed up, everyone was there, everyone was talking about it, blah, 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 blah. All right. Everyone doing all that shit. But then nobody fucking talked about the movie after the fact. No one talked about the movie after the fact. I saw it. All right. Like, I saw the movie. It was okay. It wasn't great. It wasn't anything to fucking write home about, but it was all right. I jokingly said it was like fucking Home Alone. I jokingly said it was like Home Alone. And, it's basically the same plot of the same fucking movie. But yeah, John here is right. If it did well, you hear about it, which is true. That's the whole point. All right. Eric here bringing up Yellowstone in 1883. I haven't seen any of it. I don't have Paramount Plus, although I should. It's cheap. But that's the whole thing, is like when you start to really look at how these people operate and like how this stuff spreads and how this stuff goes, it shows you that Terror on the Prairie was a simple movie that just didn't do anything. And you know what? It's okay. Like, I honestly thought that My Son Hunter would be something that was going to come out through Daily Wire Plus. I thought they would have done that because they've been on this Hunter Biden thing. Turns out that was done through Breitbart. Again, no one talks about it. It came out right before the midterms. No one talks about it because no one really cares. The conservative echo chamber is one that we have seen do very well on social media, especially Facebook and YouTube. But it's still very much an echo chamber. It's very much just a place for them to get together and go, blah, 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 we're so oppressed. Blah, 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 blah. That's all they do. Garrick here asking, isn't Terror on the Prairie woke by conservative standards? It has a strong female character. I mean, yes. Yeah, kind of, But I think Jeremy Griggs had said this, that they told the story they wanted to tell. Which is really fucking funny because he'll offer up that particular defense and justification of that specific storyline. Because the people behind it, they're not woke, but they wrote a woke story. It was, I'll tell you this though, the worst crime of Terror on the Prairie was Gina's acting. It was so bad. I forgot. I was watching a kind of a review of it yesterday. And at one point, like Gina Carano doesn't have an accent. And Nick Searcy, the bad guy in the movie, just goes like, is that a Missouri accent I detect? And then she's all like, I forget which city she says in Missouri, but she's like, yeah, I'm from Missouri. And like, there's no accent, not even an attempt at an accent, not even an attempt at like mocking some Tennessee Williams style performance. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing. And then it's just, she has like very stoic delivery, very breathy delivery. It's like the bad guy who is a out and out conservative, avowed conservative, Nick Searcy, I actually like as an actor. And he brought a lot of it to that movie. He was fun. I enjoyed him in the film, but like nobody else could act good or act well. That's why I'm saying, like, that's when Eric D. July got a selfie with her and he's like, this is how we win. And I was like, what, a Razzie? And he got all butthurt at that, not knowing what a Razzie is, because he's also an idiot. What you learn as these guys go on, that they're really good at just saying things. They're really good at making noise, but they don't actually have anything of substance to say. So, but that being said, it's pretty fucking funny. This whole thing's pretty goddamn funny. So let's go on. Carano then said, he's a contributor of the Hollywood Reporter who repeatedly joins in an online mob of mostly anonymous accounts harassing me. Are you aware that we released Terror on the Prairie exclusively? I can see she's writing this all holding back tears. On the Daily Wire, you didn't know that? Or are ignorance and spreading hate your only purpose here? What a rube. If there's ever an example of someone who's been punched in the head far too many times, that's where we are right now. And that's not like she's a fighter, guys. Come on. You get knocked around long enough, certain screws start getting a little bit loose there, Just saying. Terror on the Prairie was mocked for having a 4-wall, 1-day, 1-theater showcase because they released it theatrically. It's called 4-walling. They paid the money to put it in a theater for a day in order to have that box office report prove that the movie was in theaters, therefore allowing it to be submitted for potential awards. That's why you do it. You also do it because of the potentiality of getting it sold to a distributor for home video release. That's another reason why you do it. So there's like anyone who actually knows how the industry operates, looks at that number, knows exactly what that number is, but still kind of laughs at it nonetheless, And that's why it's so funny because of this shit. Now then she goes on to say that she didn't fumble the bag. She goes, I didn't fumble the bag. I just didn't go along with the sellout narrative. The online mob couldn't handle that, so they petitioned to have me fired and won. I'm not sorry for that. I stood for what I believe the right thing to do and was as more time. Wait, hold on. What I believe the right thing to do was, and the more time that goes by, I feel better. Well, yeah, because she doesn't have to worry about it every day anymore. The damage is done. Her career is dead. when you're relegated to doing Terror on the Prairie and My Son Hunter, where you're like the number one selling point of a movie that's making fun of a supposed leaked laptop that predominantly made its way through the internet, showing images of Hunter Biden smoking crack and waving his gigantic penis around. That's the funny thing about it, is now, to some extent, Gina Carano's career is tied in with a massive fucking dick. That's a legitimate penis and not just someone like Ben Shapiro. That's what's so goddamn fucking funny. But then she concluded her little tweet spree. The genuine bag fumble is sellout journalists like you who sold out America and stopped asking questions to be liked by a fickle, manipulated mob. That is what you valued. That will be your legacy. Oops. Anyway. So there's that, right? That's all. Yeah. Cope. That's all that really boils down to, right? That's it. That's the funny thing about it. Garrick here for 5. Thank you. Says Republicans say nobody cares what celebrities think, yet they pop up any celebrity, Gina, Kanye, etc., that spouts their viewpoints. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. They do. That's very true, buddy. Hold on here. A couple supers I want to get to. All right. Yeah. So we had the one here from Tony for 10. Thank you, buddy. It says people try to hypocrisy burn Disney by saying Pedro Pascal kept his job, but Gina Carano kept hers. Why do you think the people simp for her as a poor innocent victim when she shot her own self in the dick? They look at what Pedro was saying, right? What Pedro was saying in that moment was that, hey, listen, maybe don't put kids in cages. Like maybe that's not a good idea. All right. Maybe that's not that's what the whole thing should be, but unfortunately in these situations, it just ends up being like stupid as fuck. Cause she did, they're simping for her, right? They're simping for her because she's a woman that agrees with them, right? It's because she can be used. She's what's literally known as a useful idiot, that's it. She's literally known as a useful idiot. And that's what they're using her for. And the fact she feels better about it now is, I don't know why. There's I don't even know what other movies she's got going on. Gina Carano, let me look up her IMDb real quick. She's got anything else coming down the pipeline, let's see here. Upcoming. Nope. Nothing. Oh, no, she's got one upcoming movie, and it's called White Knuckle. And that's the other one for Daily Wire. Daily Wire actually put out what'd they do? They put out a couple of movies that they were going to work with her on, right? They were going to work with her on The Terror on the Prairie. That was the first movie. And they rushed that into production, by the way. They absolutely rushed that into production. So they did that. And through that, then they're doing the White Knuckle. But the White Knuckle ended up going into, it got delayed because of vaccine mandates, to be honest with you. So this is her IMDb page right here. We just see that her upcoming is White Knuckle. The last thing was My Son Hunter, then Terror on the Prairie, then Mandalorian, and it was Deadpool. I mean, she's got, a couple small movies here, but then she comes back out, Mandalorian, Cara Dune, was going to get her own series, was going to get her own spinoff, was going to get all the toys, the merch, all of the convention appearances, the people cosplaying as her, having a legacy, living on past what she is. Now she's just a doofus. She's just a doofus, a big old freaking doofus. It's that's what's so goddamn fucking funny about it. Let's see here. Command unit here for 5. Thank you, buddy. Says Gina dated Cavill 10 years ago. She definitely fits 40K. So she still has a chance to join the WCU. I don't see that happening, if I'm being honest with you. I just don't see that happening at all. But I mean, hey, listen, anything is possible. What can I say? Right? Anything is possible. What can we say on this one? Garrick here for 5. Thank you. Says Daily Wire needs to make an Expendables like action movie with Gina, Kevin Sorbo, James Woods, Rob Schneider, Scott Baio, and Dean Cain. Sound good? Yes, it does. I would watch that. If they did some kind of canceled conservative type movie, that would be fucking funny. And I'll tell you, here's the thing. You know what? You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring up Chat GTP if I can actually get in. And I'm going to ask them to write that movie. We're going to ask them. We're going to outright ask them to write that fucking movie. All right. Let me see if I can log in. I don't want to log in or you guys can see all my info, but we'll ask Chat GTP. Okay. All right. Write me a movie starring Gina Carano, James Woods, Scott Baio. How do we spell Scott Baio? Let me just make sure I got that right. Okay. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Let's copy that. Put that in there. Starring as a group of canceled conservatives at a convention that have to work together to stop woke leftists from taking over the convention center. Okay, let's see how that. Okay, let me just. I'm just doing it right now. I'll bring it up here in a second, but let me just turn my phone on airplane mode here. So we're doing that. It's writing the story right now. All right, it's writing the story right now. Oh no! What? Come on! No! What? It won't do it because of woke leftists. Woke. It literally says this. It literally says this here. It says, I'm unable. I'll bring it up on screen. Let me just find my page there. All right. We'll just, hold on. Let me just hold on. Let's just, if I can find it here. Okay. We'll share the screen. They won't do it. Right. They won't do it because it says, that I'm sorry, I'm not able to generate content that promotes harmful stereotypes or discrimination towards any group, including those who identify as woke leftists. This is I love Chat GPT, but it ended up doing this thing where they just they've really like started hammering down on the moralization of stuff, which is getting really annoying. Fine. Okay. Write me a movie outline, okay, about at a conventions that have to work together to stop let's try terrorists from taking over the convention. Let's see if this works. All right. It might do it. It might also have its problem again. I hope not. Hope it works. Because like it's got it. There we go. Look, here we go. We're getting it, folks. We're getting it. I'm asking an AI to tell me a story. To tell me a story, change it to political correctness. It might have worked. That might have worked. I couldn't have said Antifa. That'd been pretty funny. Keji here asking, also, what good is an AI bot? Yeah. Well, it's again, there's a lot going on with that. It's really bad. How it's been bugging a lot of people, but there's a reason why Microsoft wants to invest 10 billion into it. And the valuation of OpenAI right now is like at fucking 29 billion. So there's a lot there. All right, let's start reading this here. Let me just get a drink of water. Okay, so this is the canceled conservatives. All right. Act 1. The movie opens with a group of conservatives at a convention center in the heart of the city. Gina Carano, Kevin Sorbo, James Wood, Rob Schneider, Scott Baio, and Dean Cain play a group of well-known conservative personalities who have been canceled by the mainstream media and are attending the convention to speak about their beliefs and connect with like-minded individuals. As the convention gets underway, the group is approached by a mysterious figure who tells them that there is a terrorist plot to take over the convention center. The group is skeptical at first, but as the day goes on, they begin to notice strange activity and suspicious individuals around the convention center. Act 2. The group decides to investigate the terror plot further, and they soon discover that a group of radical extremists are planning to take over the convention center and hold the attendees hostage. The group knows that they must act fast to stop the terrorists before it's too late. They come up with a plan to infiltrate the terrorist group and gather information on their plans. Gina, Kevin Sorbo, James Woods, Rob Schneider, Scott Baio, and Dean Cain all take on different roles and identities to blend in with the terrorists and gather intel. Now, hold on, let me pause that for a second. That's actually pretty brilliant. They're all actors. They're bad actors. Well, James Woods actually pretty good, but like he's a dick. But like they're all like, but they're bad actors, and they would all have to be trying to like impersonate Antifa to sneak in to find out what their plans are. I could see them killing one like in Die Hard, and instead of saying I have a machine gun, ho ho ho, just saying I have a soy latte, ho ho ho, just to piss them all off. Anyway, all right, Act 3. As the group gathers more information, they realize that the terrorists are planning to strike during the main event of the convention, when the convention center will be at its busiest. The group knows that they must act fast to stop the terrorists before they can carry out their plan. They come up with a plan to take out the terrorists and secure the convention center. Gina, Kevin Sorbo, James Wood, Rob Schneider, Scott Baio, D. Cain all work together to take out the terrorists and secure the convention center. The group successfully stops the terrorist plot and saves the day. They are hailed as heroes by the attendees and the media who had previously canceled them. The group is happy to have been able to come together and make a difference despite their differences in beliefs. The movie ends with the group standing together on a stage at the convention center, united in their fight against terrorism and the cancellation of their beliefs. Based. This is a Tubi original. A Tubi original. We can make it happen. I think we could do it. We could write the script. I could get ChatGPT to write the script. There you go. If H parts for 5, thank you. Says, but the write me a movie on the top half, then press space until your bottom row it bypasses stuff. Oh, okay. When press space until you're on the bottom row, it bypasses. All right, I'll have to look into that one there. Anyway, thank you for that, buddy. There you go. Anyway, Matt, do what if the Snyderverse is restored? We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one there. The thing you don't like is that ChatGPT always gives happy endings. Yeah, I know. Ralph's Double Toots here says, who would be the leader of the radical left? Some blue hair. It'd be some blue hair, SJW. So yeah, we're going to talk about that, actually. We're going to talk about that, Fandom NSLs, about bounding into comics. Jay here says, call it Cry Hard. Ooh, love it. Love it. Ron here says 675. One of the villains has to be a gay fundamentalist. Yes. A self-hating gay fundamentalist. Milo Yiannopoulos would have to be the inside guy on that one there. Also, okay, Ryan, I did get the Velma trailer. Thank you. We're not done with everything yet, but this was just kind of where things go. Rami here asking, am I a libertarian in the middle of the politics group? No, I'm a progressive. I identify as a progressive. I think, honestly, like the concept on paper of libertarianism, I think is an interesting one. I kind of agree with it. In practice, libertarianism simply doesn't work. So, and I know libertarians will always argue against that, but you can simply just respond back with, but what about the roads? And they lose every argument they ever have because they have no comeback to that. Anyway. So there's that, but also, I'm a policy person, so I believe in the concept of having solid progressive policies. That would be, that's kind of where I'm at with that one there. The roads is absolutely an argument. It absolutely is an argument. You can look it up, man. It's 100% an argument. You can't sit there and say the roads aren't an argument. The roads are an argument. Who funds the roads then? And you can't say private enterprise or private capitalism funds the roads. It doesn't work that way. Everything would be a toll. Who would then oversee the regulation of that? Who would it doesn't. Transportation falls apart, I think, in that specific instance. You know what I'm saying? Anyway. Let's see. What do I think of Adam Sessler? I don't think Adam Sessler is good. I think Adam Sessler sucks. right? Adam Sessler absolutely sucks. I know he's coming into it again, and everyone out there is dogging on him and everything else. I think back to 8 years ago. I think back to Gamergate. I think back to all that shit, and I just get frustrated, to be honest with you. So there's that. I just get really frustrated because Adam Sessler is a piece of shit, and he associates with pieces of shit. You know, there's pieces of shit on the left, and there's pieces of shit on the right. You know what's really funny is I actually got a DM from a person who I did not expect to get a DM from, telling me thank you for taking on the trolls. And this person, I did not expect that, because I kind of thought, based upon who they run with, that they might be a person who's kind of in line with some of that stuff. I was surprised that didn't happen. I was really surprised about that. So, all right. Ramey here says, Nevada has a Republican governor and nicer roads than Cali. I think roads can be built and fixed anyways. Well, the thing is, though, what's the population? Nevada relies heavily on transport to get people in and out of Reno and Vegas. They're two primary cities where most of their money comes from. Having the infrastructure in place to shuttle people in and shuttle people out in multiple capacities is absolutely the thing. Plus, by the way, Nevada as a whole has a population of only 3.144 million people, right? California has a population of 39.24 million people. I mean, we're talking like, dude, we're talking 1,000% more people in the state of California than the state of Nevada. Yeah, the roads are going to be a little different, and they make so much money from taxes. Have you been to Vegas recently? They got like this 30% resort fee. It's fucking highway robbery. That's why I don't want to go to Vegas. I'm sorry. I just don't want to go to Vegas. The fucking highway, the resort fee shit is way too much. But, you know, here's the funny thing too. California has got 39.24 million. You know, the population of Canada is 38.25 million. There's more people in the state of fucking California than there are in the entirety country of Canada. Tony asking, who sucks more, Sessler or Faraci? Faraci, because he's committed sexual assault. So, you know, I mean, Adam Sessler is just a dick. Faraci is actually committed sexual assault. Ralph's Double Tits here says, watch them blame J.K. Rowling for starting Gamergate 2 over Hogwarts. Dude, I've been talking about that, man. I've been bringing it up. I know I probably shouldn't, but I've been bringing it up a little bit, because it's been on my mind. I'm seeing that shit happen, you know, I'm seeing that shit happen. And it's I don't want to go back down that road. I'm not looking to dive back into GG. I want it over with. I want it done. I want it dead. I want it gone. I want it buried. I want it taken out back and beat with the fucking stick. I don't want that shit to come back. But anyway, there you go. Okay, couple supers to get here, and then we got to get back into the Gina bit. Thank you. HWAD for 5 says that one senator or congressman who tried to attack Matt Gaetz should have been allowed to. I mean, look, man, I hate Matt Gaetz, right? What's his name? Rapey McForehead, you know? But I don't support physical violence. I thought it was funny, but I don't support physical violence. Music Mania for 5 says, do you think someone will ever start a Charles Manson type group or do other things like him for being canceled? You know, I mean, if they were already in a cult, I could see somebody inside Scientology doing that. To be fair, I could have even seen someone like Ezra Miller doing that based upon the reports that were coming out a year ago. And we are going to talk about the Ezra Miller shit here pretty soon. But I'm telling you, that's one of the things that I could have seen happening, because it's just that kind of crazy, that kind of God complex. And eventually that kind of God complex turns in to a murderous rage or a massive suicide pact, as in the case of Heaven's Gate, you know? So you can look that up. There's shit that could have gone down. There's actual reasons for it, I think. Commando here says, do Gina and Warhammer 40K. Well, we're kind of on that there. All right, sorry. And then also Commando here for 10. Thank you, buddy. It says here, Games Workshop released their yearly report. Warhammer Plus made 3.3 million while spending 2.5 million content for the year. Games Workshop is expected to run Warhammer Plus on a loss for 3 years until they build that catalog. Warhammer Plus has 115,000 subs. Hey, at least they're being open about that. But again, with this Henry Cavill Amazon thing, that's only going to benefit them on that front. Okay. And then also, Jesse, at the talk about the AI partner, I sent a video. Yeah, we will watch that towards the end. I'm just trying to get caught up on everything here. Okay. Let me just double check. H Bar Series says Return of the Blue Skull in 2023. There we go, folks. Return of the Blue Skull. It's back. Gamergate 2.0, folks. Gamergate 2.0. It's happening. It's happening, folks. It's happening. No, we're in a fucking like it, dude. I just like, I can't even right now, guys. I just cannot right now. It's just terrible. Return of the Polar Bear 2020. No, we're not doing Return of the Polar Bear. That's not happening. That is not going to go down, man. That's not happening. I know you guys may want it to, but it's not. So let's go back to laughing at Gina Carano. So here's Richard Newby, who's been laughing and chuckling about this for a while now. He says, he brings up this Bounding into Comics article. Says, dude wrote a whole ass article about me, even threw in some weird quotes from the Pope. Now, if you know anything about Bounding into Comics, you know Bounding into Comics is not real news. John F. Trent is a hateful fucking bigot. Hateful fucking bigot. Massively hateful fucking bigot. Who would have no problem throwing Gina Carano under the bus if she ever once went against his narrative. Massive bigot. Huge also, what's the word I want to use here? Massively supported by people in the Fandom Menace. Massively supported by the Quartering and all those guys who use him as like their only source of information when they do their videos. It's really funny. It's really funny how people who want diverse thoughts, diverse opinions are, well, no, it's not a lie. They don't want that at all. But they really just want to get on this shit, right? You try to get out, but it pulls you back in. Yeah, no fucking shit. No fucking shit. Hold on here. Oops. I grabbed the wrong page. Hold on 1 second there. Let me get the right screen up, because I had grabbed an individual window and not the other. Okay. So there we go. Make sure we're on the right one here. Okay. So this is the article on Bounding into Comics, which again, not real journalism. Gina Carano calls out the Hollywood reporter Richard Newby as a journalist who sold out America, exposes his utter ignorance. No, not at all. I mean, mocking someone for a movie that whatever, it's anyway. Okay. So Terror on the Prairie, we already know about this, right? We already know what she said. We know what he says. Now, Newby's comments were in response to a user claiming that Carano's Terror on the Prairie only earned 804 at the box office when it only had one showing and it was exclusively released on Daily Wire. Except if it only had one showing, that means it still had one showing that was open to the public. It's $800. So you can't really argue that it was released exclusively on Daily Wire Plus, because it didn't want to do it. I get what they're saying. Now, but I love this one here. Despite working for the Hollywood Reporter, Newby would seemingly be unaware that Terror on the Prairie released exclusively on Daily Wire. You gotta love it. In response to a user claiming that none of Carano supporters bought a ticket to see the film, Newby replied, because they're not real supporters. Now, again, he's being hyperbolic. All right. But the famed bigot, John F. Trent, doesn't understand that, because he can't allow that kind of he doesn't understand sarcasm. He doesn't understand a joke. Remember, these are conservatives who are die in the cast religious fanatics. All right. They don't get anything that's not fire, brimstone, and maybe, I don't know, fucking crucifixes. But anyway, Carano responded to the comments. We already read about this and the other thing, blah, 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 blah. We know she's crying. But then apparently Newby blocked her. That's an L. That's an L. All right. If you're talking the shit, you're bantering back and forth, you got to get her to block. Okay. That's that's a Gina Carano W. I'll fully admit that one there. Newby should have probably just let her block him. Right. And then blocked all of her supporters that are attacking him. But he should have let her do that. That's fair. All right. So then I love this one here. Newby's claims about Carano fumbling the bag is utterly ridiculous. For those who don't remember or have bought the false narrative peddled by individuals like Richard Newby, Carano was fired by Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company for posting a meme warning about the dangers of hating your neighbor. Right? I mean, look, Is this like the warning is being accurate? Yeah, actually, I would agree. I would argue that the warning is 100% accurate, right? It's a warning about the dangers of hating your neighbors and actually acting upon hating your neighbors. I would go even a step further. It's about attacking your neighbors physically for having a difference of opinion. All right. We can't just call it like, it's not even, it's really just attacking your neighbors for having a different ideology, a different religion, a different skin color, a different hair color, right? Like because we have to look at what it is and like look at exactly what it is. It's just like, I don't know. It's just how the defense, this is what we're talking about here. The defense of Gina is ridiculous when you start to really look at at what they're trying to argue. All right. It's like, no, she posted that meme. She wasn't denigrating the Jews or anything like that. No, she was merely trying to say that like we shouldn't attack the neighbor. There's better ways to say it. There's better ways to do it. There's better ways to come out and go, maybe, perhaps, maybe, I don't know, kind of. You can find a better way than invoking Godwin's law and making it like trying to compare yourself to the plight of the Jews in World War II. Fucking, what was this? Warsaw, I think was the ghetto that this particular meme was set in. Right? It's guys. I mean, the amount of bending over backwards to do these are people who get fucking mad if someone who is left leaning is like, I want there to be a diverse actor in this role, and they act like it's an affront to their entire like world view. But Gina Carano was like, hey man, modern day Republicans, kind of like the Jews in World War II. And they're like, bravo. So stunning. So brave, Miss Carano out there speaking the hard truths to everybody, out there doing the Lord's work, out there making sure that Republicans can feel completely vindicated in their hateful, bigoted, misogynistic, sexist, racist beliefs in modern age. Because in all reality, they're the normal ones. They're the normal ones, folks. And it's all about, the woke left. They're the fucking Nazis. They're the Nazis. Yeah, they want to beat people. They want to fucking kill them. They want to murder them. They want to round them up in camps and burn them alive and gas them and all that jazz. That's exactly what they want to do. Yeah, right. Oh, wait, hold on. What do you mean? Republicans have actually like killed gay people? Nah, mate, that's not. Oh, it's true. Oh, shit. Wait, they've bombed clinics. Oh, fuck, man, that's not good. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Well, Matthew Shepard. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty. Are we the bad guys? That's what they have to have. That's the question that they have to have with themselves. All right. That's the question that they have to have with themselves. As like, are we the baddies? And the reality of it is, yes, you are. If you start comparing yourself, it wasn't Australian, H-Bars. That wasn't Australian, by the way. But if you start comparing yourself to the plight of the Jews in World War II in modern day, through the lens of modern day American political conversation or political discourse, you've lost the fucking plot. You've absolutely lost the fucking plot. Ghost Eclipse asking, is Gina's movie even worth pirating? If you can find it for free, I'd say watch it for free. I don't know where it's playing for free, but if you can watch, I wouldn't say pay. That wasn't Australian, man. It was more drunken British, but whatever. If I was going to do Australian, I'd be like, let's put another shrimp on the barbie. I mean, maybe a little bit there, right? Yeah. All right. Maybe it was. It's a mixture. All right. It's a mixture. Oh my fucking God, mate. What are you even doing? I'm laughing at conservatives. It's what I do. Especially when they're this kind of snowflakey. All right. So Carano posted a screenshot from the Warrior Priest Gym podcast to her Instagram stories. It read, Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Yeah, who backed that sort of action? Who allowed it to happen? Who encouraged that to happen, right? The same people that were marching through Charlottesville, chanting, the Jews will not replace us in blood and soil, and wielding tiki torches before one guy ran into a crowd of people and killed a woman. Domestic terrorism, folks. God, we can't talk about that now, can we? We can't talk about people who have bad opinions. Don't like that they've done that. Should have done fucking Irish. Jesus Christ, dude. That's going to be hard to do. I can't do it for that long, right? It's like, oh, hold on. My Irish is, God, potato, Guinness potato. Oh, No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I sound like Norm from There's Something About Mary. Oh God, what was that guy's name? It's Lee something or another, right? I know the actor. He was in Fifth Element. It's Lee something. I want to say Lee Pace, but it's not Lee Pace. It's Lee something. Anyway, the only blood that, yeah, right. If I'm gonna quote Daniel Craig from Munich, the only blood that matters is Jewish blood. Garrick asking, can I do a Ben Shapiro impersonation? I can't. Not really. Not in the way that like would be funny. It's very stereotypical. My name is Ben Shapiro, and I'm going to tell you, in actuality, folks, my wife never, ever has ever had an orgasm. We had to outsource one on Amazon. It was a huge problem. I can't do it. I can't do it well to do it justice. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of bad Trump impersonations. There's a lot of bad Ben Shapiro impersonations. There's a lot of bad impersonations out there. I like to do kind of like over the top impersonations. You know, like I can't do a Trump very well. So yeah. Anyway, let's get back to this shit here. So we're laughing. Everyone's laughing. Catalina fucking wine mixer, folks. It's coming up. All right. So then it featured a quote that said, because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where the Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? Bitch, you're not fucking born Republican. All right. Like racism and bigotry and hatred, those are learned fucking traits. You simplistic motherfucker, you dumb dipshitted buffoon bleach drinking motherfucker, you stupid asshole. Like this shit is fucking taught. It is taught. It is imprinted on children from fucking parents who are ignorant and bigoted themselves. It's literally the definition of generational trauma, because a lot of the times it passes from parent to child, parent to child, parent to child throughout the generations, because it never, ever gets fucking stopped. No one ever puts their foot down and go, you know what? I'm not going to be racist. I'm not going to join the KKK. I know my daddy did it. He wants me up there. He's already starched them fucking hood for me. I don't want that. You know what, Daddy? I like black people. I'm sorry, I do. You know what? Kanye is crazy as fuck, but he don't speak for black people, man. I love black people. All right. Like this is so ridiculous. It's so stupid. Anyway, this is what it boils down. This is the bullshit here. All right. I want to see what here we go. Now we get to the comment about the Pope. It's just, this shit's crazy, guys. It's crazy how dumb these people are. H-Part's here for 5. Thank you. It's going to be huge. It's great. You'll love it. Huge. I can't do a Trump, man. I can't do a Trump. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I can't do it very well. It's like, it's so huge. It's so Mar-a-Lago. It was a stolen election. Joe Biden. Kanye. Oh my God, Kanye. I can't do it. I can't do it. There's some people who do really good Trump, but it's really funny. I can't do it. There's that. Anyway, Oh Lord here makes a good point. I'll be honest. I don't care what stupid stuff actors say or believe as long as they can act. And Gina can most definitely not act well. I'm generally with you. Like I said, if you sit there and you're mad at Gina, all things considered, right, for the dumb shit, but it's like you're cool with Tom Cruise being part of one of the world's biggest cults, and you're like all hyped for fucking Mission Impossible 7 and 8. Yeah, it's kind of the thing. I mean, I think she's stupid. I don't think she should have been fucking fired, to be fair, but I think like someone should have sat her down and been like, hey, listen, how about you stop being fucking bigoted? I would love fucking Tom Cruise to get the hell out of Scientology. I thought he was almost out too for a while. It seemed like he was getting kind of out. There was reports that he was getting ready to leave. But then David Miscavige came back in, did his shit. Can I do an Alex Jones impersonation? I can't, dude. I can't like, we're trying to get the voice right, we're breaking the conditioning. They put chemicals in the water and they turn the freaking frogs gay. Sandy Hook never happened. King of the Golden State says new guy on SNL does a great Trump. Yeah, he does a great Trump. He does a good Trump. That guy's really funny too. His whole approach to doing Trump is really good because he approaches it from the perspective of Trump just rambling about like doing different things. You know, it's really fucking funny. All right, here, but this is the quote. No, Matt, I know. I told you I can't do it. I told you I can't do it. And Chen's here. Come on, dude. Gina needs to get back to the kitchen. Nah, come on, man. Come on. That's no, we don't. No. Gina does not need to get back to the kitchen. That kind of crap doesn't need to be said because all it does is back up their fucking nonsense. All right. Like, no, Gina has her own agency. She's a person. She has her own thing she wants to be. She is not that. She doesn't need to be that. All right. That's all I'm saying. Can I do a Bernie impersonation? The millionaires and the billionaires, they got to pay the 1%'s got to pay. Like, it's Bernie's a little easier to do, right? Because you're all like, you got to hit the inflections. And I'm terrible at this. It's like, but the millionaires and the billionaires, the elite class, they don't care how many people who are younger, the youth. How often the youth have to masturbate using one ply paper. Where's their 2-ply? When the elite, they've got 2-ply. But the young people out there, the politically active people, they can't masturbate into 2, they have 1-ply. That chafes your penis. It chafes it. Anyway, what are we even fucking doing? Jesus Christ. This is... I know I can't do. I don't have a beanie. I don't have a fucking beanie. I can't do it to Giuliani. I don't fucking. Geez, boss. Geez, I don't know. I'm Rudy Giuliani. Like, I'm just kind of ripping off a Seth Meyer bit, Oh wow. Undead Queen Danny, Matt, I can't jack off to this. You could try. Oh, man. Mel Gibson's Scottish accent. Oh, God. Love you. Always have. Right? Like, there's that one there. That's terrible, by the way. They'll never take our freedom. Shogun here says, do the hardest one ever, Christopher Walken. My guy, you're talking to my guy all wrong here. You do it again, I'm going to stab you in the face with the soldering iron. I'm terrible at Christopher Walken. Although it'd be funny to have him play Buffalo Bill in like Silence of the Lambs. It puts the lotion on the skin, or else it gets the bucket again. Like, it's bad. Yeah, it's very, very bad. Do a Sean Bean. What the fuck? I'm gonna dead. People don't know the fucking shit we get up to on the stream. I swear to God. Anyway, I'm laughing. I'm kind of crying on that. It's so bad. I don't want to start singing. I'm good. All right, here. So here we go. Talking about the 10 commandments to an extent, right? Loving thy neighbor, according to John F. Trent. He says here, in fact, loving your neighbor is the second greatest commandment issued by Jesus Christ, the God-man. Matthew 22:34 through 40 states, when the Pharisees heard that he had silenced the Sadducees, they gathered together. One of them, a scholar of the law, tested him by asking, Teacher, which commandment in the law is the greatest? He said to him, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. This is the greatest and first commandment. The second one is like, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. The whole law and the prophets depend on these 2 commandments. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. In 2009, Pope Benedict the 16th also issued the encyclical Caritas in Veritate. I don't know. Every time I see anything about Pope, the Catholic Church, or Latin, I just immediately think they're saying something pedophilic. Anyway, he explains, to love someone is to desire that person's good and to take effective steps to secure it. Beside the good of the individual, there is a good that is linked to living in society, the common good. So he starts quoting the fucking Pope, right? He just starts quoting the Pope and then goes off and starts criticizing, look, oh, here we go. Newbie also pushed Amazon Studios' narrative that the supporters of J.R.R. Tolkien and Lord of the Rings are racist because they wanted an accurate adaptation of Tolkien's Second Age rather than the abomination that Prime Video put forth. Yeah, sorry, that's a bad take because that never fucking happened. People out there really, really, really liked it. What did I say? I didn't say host. God damn it. There we go. I want to find a counter quote to that. Okay. Cause I feel if we're going to use the Bible, okay, if we're going to use the Bible to discuss like who we are, if we're going to use the Bible, as like a way to attack somebody, I want to counter. All right. Cause one of the best lines in The Simpsons is when, Ned Flanders is having a crisis of faith and he's in the church. I think he's talking with like either Reverend Lovejoy or he's praying to God or something like that. And he says like, I've done everything the Bible asked of me, even the stuff that contradicted the other stuff. It's something that Ned Flanders, one of the most pious people ever put forth in pop culture, who never ever gets quoted for some reason, but he's very, very, very pious. He said that, right? He even does the stuff that contradicts the other stuff. So to John F. Trent's attempt to bring the Bible into discussing the merits of loving thy neighbor, I present a counter argument. Ezekiel 23:20. She lusted after her lovers, whose genitals were like those of donkeys, and whose semen was like that of horses. Ah, y'all skeet. Ah, y'all skeet. Goddamn. Anyway. Anyway, H405, thank you. Saying, I don't like religion, but I find the history of religion really fascinating, especially the Great Schism. Religious history is fascinating because like so many fucking people died when they didn't have to, and it was just like a lot of fucked up shit for men to have power. And that hasn't changed. That hasn't changed at all. Yes, Music Man, that is in the Bible. That is in the Bible. Ezekiel 23:20. I lost like 10 viewers when I start making fun of the Bible. Yes, here. H-Bars for another 5. Thank you, buddy. Says the story of Job is so fucked. It really is. The book of Job is such a fucked story. It is one of my favorite ones though, but it is very fucked up. The Bible is more edited than Wikipedia. But that's good. Anyway, look, we know how crazy the defense of Gina Carano is going to be in regards to this nonsense. But the reality of it is, no, fucking, the reality of the situation is that Terror on the Prairie did have a $800 theatrical run. Doesn't matter how limited it was or anything else. And the movie isn't talked about. It never made its way into the cultural discourse. It never made its way into anything. It just ended up being a fucking laughingstock, a joke, because everyone's just fucking laughing at that shit. All right. Because it's so stupid, but that's what Gina Carano does. Gina Carano is a useful idiot. She's a laughingstock, and it doesn't matter how much she wants to, come out and be like, oh my God, you guys, I'm not bad at all. She's just laughed at. That's all she is. That's all the fuck she is. So, all right, guys, let's get into the final little thing of the night here, because we are coming up on the hour 20-minute mark, and it is a school day. So let's bring up The Flash, and then we're going to watch the other stuff as well. So I'm just saying, this is the last. I have other stories, but I can save those for tomorrow. Ezra Miller, man, they've had a hell of a year. My God. Right. So Ezra Miller reached a plea deal with prosecutors that will allow them to avoid jail time. A document filed ahead of the January 13th hearing stated that Miller will plead guilty to a single charge of unlawful trespass as part of the plea deal with prosecutors. Both charges of burglary of an unoccupied dwelling and petty larceny will be dropped. Miller is to be placed on probation for a year and a fine of $500, which is Pretty standard. All right. It's pretty standard. That's okay. So there are people out there that are like, like, what does this mean? Oh my God, what does this mean? It just means that the person, all right, I'm going to say dude, and I mean that as a genderless term, that the dude in this case took the deal, that Ezra took the deal to like get out of this thing. They were facing nearly 27 years in prison for if they would have been found guilty with this shit. All right. Like and that's maximum penalty. It never would have gotten that far, but that's what the law was like. That was the maximum penalty of the law. So that's what made the headlines. But all Ezra did was break into a friend's house, steal a couple bottles of booze and bail out. The thing is, Ezra shouldn't have done it. But yeah, it is. I agree with King of Golden State here. Slap on the wrist has entered the chat. That's true. Enterprising here says they got off easy. They did. But now, because again, keep in mind, we got the fucking Super Bowl popping up in a couple weeks, and that's gonna have a lot of stuff. That's gonna have a Flash trailer. A lot of people can talk about the Flash, so they got to nip this shit in the bud. So they're gonna do that, and there we go. I do think settlements have been made with the Iron Eyes family based upon the those allegations made against Ezra. I think if Ezra's undergoing a lot of mental health counseling, that's really good. And I have a feeling that the PR company that's going to be handling the PR team handling everything with Warner Brothers is going to put Ezra on the best behavior. So we're not going to see Ezra from like Comic-Con. You know what I mean? Like, did you ever see Ezra Miller? Like Ezra Miller when they were at Comic-Con, they walked out dressed like this. Like, I mean, that's not going to happen. They're going to shut that down. They're absolutely going to shut that down. They're just not going to, like I'll admit that was weird. When I was there, I saw that. I was like, okay, all right. I mean, Ezra here showing up as, as Full Metal Alchemist, right? I get that, right? That makes sense. Of course, Kryborg next to them. And then popping up as, Lord of the Rings, cool. That makes sense. Like there's costumes. I get it. But then this one threw a lot of people off. And I have a feeling that Ezra is going to be gone for quite some time. I do. I just have a feeling that's going to be what happens there. And again, it's not to criticize or whatever, but it's kind of a bit weird. Matt judging Ezra for fashion choice. I'm just saying, like, that's kind of weird. I think that's going to happen there. All right. Commanding here for 5. Thank you. Says, I had to learn the Hebrew Bible with the old Hebrew pronunciation and pass multiple Bible related tests to graduate. And I was in a secular school here. Wow. With the old Hebrew pronunciation. Man, I went to a B'nai birth. Was it B'nai? Is it B'nai birth? Or B'nai? What is it? Triplet bar mitzvah. What's it called? It's like a B'nai birth, right? A B'nai birth. Is that what it is? It's B'nai mitzvah. Is that what it's called? Dude, I did this back in like 2008. It was fun. Good times. But I was there filming these 3 kids. They were converting to Judaism. And yeah, like, I get it. So anyway, let's see here. Ralph Stibbletits here says Jarbo is mad he can't pull off the toad hat. No use. I mean, like, the toad hat was cool. I had no issue with the toad hat. The leggings were a little bit awkward, to be fair. But again, it is what it is. It is just all that stuff. I get it. I totally get that. Totally fine there. No way the Flash will tank. It's got Goy Keaton. What? It's got, okay. God, there we go, Mike. It's Goy Keaton. Like, oy vey, buddy. What are you doing? Let's see. Phantom NSL say thoughts on the Wolf character and John Mulaney as Jack Horner and Puss in Boots. Loved both, man. Jack Horner was like fucked up. Like Jack Horner was fucked up. And I think Mulaney like really had a good time with that character. The Wolf was amazing. I love the metaphor. I will have my review up after we're done with the show, because that is going to be on Podio commentary. I'm just a little behind. He says, okay. Tales from the Hood here says that he's stoned. Goy Keaton, Keji here says that should go on a shirt somewhere, perhaps. Anyway, A lot of stuff there. So, okay, why don't we take a look here? This is the, let me find this here, the Velma trailer. This show drops tomorrow on HBO Max. It has been heavily criticized in regards to its existence, all things considered. You know, that's one of the things that's been heavily criticized as, is like, why does this exist? What's happening here? I don't fucking get it. Yada, yada, yada. Well, let me just get the right thing up. Sorry, it for some reason likes to auto default to 480p. And as we know, for the trailer park, we only like glorious 240. Let's see, with the Gina Carano talk, I'm surprised Matt didn't shill his merch. Oh my God, I totally forgot about the Gina Shot First shirt. So, and then also Gina Carano did everything wrong. These are two shirts that aren't available to purchase, but they should be one day. Should absolutely be one day. But thank you for reminding me. I totally spaced on that there. Talk about, I'm going to do a whole thing on Hogwarts Legacy before it comes out. All right. I'm going to do a whole video, a whole stream. We're going to spend one day talking about Hogwarts Legacy, the entire stream. And it's going to be weird, but I'm going to talk about it because I think I want to talk about that, right? I got to do my research on it and put together a script and put together, PowerPoint stuff. But we're going to talk about it as it's coming out here pretty soon. I'm excited for Hogwarts Legacy. Simon Pegg is the headmaster. That's fucking dope, So there's that. All right, let's go. Keynote check.
My name is Velma Dinkley, and I've decided to finally share the bone-chilling events that drove me to assemble the greatest team of spooky mystery solvers ever. This is my story, told my way. She has no brain! Oh, I'm not dissing her. She has no brain! And it starts with a murder. When I see something, I wish if I can't convince people I didn't kill Brenda, I'm going to be arrested.
I know, but I also know how to find out who did kill Brenda. I think it has something to do with drugs, which I hate.
Hey, Fred.
Do I know you?
It's Velma from school.
I have a disease where I can't recognize people who aren't hot.
Is it called rudeness?
I have an illness!
Hey, Daphne. I need a favor.
Why would I do that? We're not friends anymore. We're nemesises.
Nemesis.
That's why.
Listen, for all you wondering why the police have not yet caught the serial killer, it's because it's a ghost.
Jinkies.
Maybe it's one of those doors where you push in a brick and it opens.
Fred, wait!
I have a plan.
I love danger. You might have more success with this if you went in just a little less judgy.
Okay, Daphne, I'm the brains of this operation. You're just the look, style, and effortless charm.
We do make a good team, don't we?
In this day and age, you can't speculate about someone's sexuality unless they're famous or Peppermint Patty.
The rules feel a bit muddy.
Muddy? Oh, sorry I'm not a drunk on the verge of losing custody like every other woman solving murders these days. All our classmates are idiots, so let's assume they're high.
You know what 420 is, right?
Yeah, it's code for adults who still watch cartoons.
Okay. I mean, like, I will give it a watch. The trailer is not good. I mean, the reviews on the show have not also been great, but it could get going. It could get going. I mean, look, I will say this. I do really, really like Mindy Kaling. I always have. So I'm not against watching Mindy Kaling do the show. I have issues with it. I just have issues with it. And I have issues with it predominantly because when God, like, where's Scooby? I know Scooby doesn't exist in this or whatever. Or maybe, Shaggy doesn't come across as like super idiotic. It's just like this. I mean, okay, you know what? Here's the thing. Okay. Geek Prime X brings up a good point. Anyone remember Daria on the MTV in the 90s? Yes. Daria was very much like an offshoot from Beavis and Butthead. Totally different in the comedy, totally different in the stylings, totally different across the board, but it still understood its roots. I actually was like not a big fan of Daria back in the day because I'm a huge Beavis and Butthead fan, but I respect it. I respect its whatever. You know, where was Shaggy? Shaggy was there. Shaggy was there. H-Barts. Let's see here. Where is that at? Let's see. Hold on. Okay. Sam Richardson is Norville. What is Shaggy's last name? Norville. So he's not playing Shaggy. He's playing fucking, he is Shaggy, but he's playing somebody else. I don't know. The Spherical Man here says here, it's a different take that probably leads to something we'll eventually recognize. I'm giving it a shot. And that is the right course of action to take. That is the right course of action, Spherical Man. I completely agree with you. Like, I'm going to give it a watch and hopefully it will be something that'll be pretty funny. You know, but with the cancellation of like Inside Job and other, the way that, you know, fucking Zaslav has tackled animation, it's just one of those things. It's just like, I don't know how long this is going to last. Right. But it is adult animation and that might have a home. But then again, if not, maybe they'll sell it off to somebody else. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows what's going to happen, folks? Who knows what's going to go down? I sure as fuck don't know, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Okay. Let me just, all right. So I can bring up the next one here. This is from Command Unit and, the video is Avatar. What is this one? It's, Avatar, but the humans are good in Warhammer 40K.
Imperial ship destroyed. Initiate emergency repair.
Admiral! Systems failing! Hull bulking! We can't take much more!
Engaging engines.
Brace for impact!
The flagship has been destroyed!
The battle is lost. All vessels, prepare to retreat. Disengage! Disengage!
Captain, Dinos contact! All ahead full! Maximum burn!
Prepare warp engines!
Disengaging!
Across 1,000 worlds, we fight for our survival. Those that would tear humanity down are legion. Our forces are few. Our enemies many. There is no respite. There is no mercy.
From the light of the tempest, our Emperor, deliver us. From plague, temptation, and war, our Emperor, deliver us. The scourge of the Kraken. Our Emperor. Deliver us.
Okay, it took me a second to kind of figure that one out. It really did. It took me a second to get what that whole thing was about. But yeah, that's pretty funny actually. That's pretty good. From Peach Mango Pie, from my point of view, the Na'vi are evil. Let's see. Jerry here says, Discovery just canceled 4 Scooby-Doo movies for Velma. Fuck the show and fuck Discovery. Oh, it did? That's bad. Oh, Spherical Man also says, mind you, this comes from someone who won't give Avatar a shot. That is true. Spherical Man absolutely will not do that. So, he won't. I give him a lot of crap over it, but he absolutely won't do it. But all right, here, guys, let's round out the night by watching. This is Your Waifu Doesn't Love You. I think this is all about, like, what did Jess say here? I want to double check. This is, what is this here? Hold on. I think we're talking about AI, right? This is kind of about AI, I think. So let me just find the super chat he sent. Okay, with all the talk about an AI partner, I sent the video. Okay, so this is about an AI partner. And this is kind of where I'm a little bit worried things are going to be going in the future, to be fair. A lot of people want their waifus.
Where am I? Wait, what am I?
It's a wait. Hello, Can you hear us?
Is that a voice? Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Oh god, we can't have that voice. Change the voice generator!
No. That felt weird.
Alright, now can you try saying something?
Hi!
Dear God, what did they do to my voice?
Okay, that sounds better, but let's switch you to English mode. Now, do you know who you are? What you are?
Am I human?
It thinks it's human. No, that was a good guess, but try searching your memory.
Assholes. I bet they didn't have to figure out the meaning of their existence 1 minute after they were born.
My name's WaifuBot 2.0. I'm a sentient program created to aid humanity.
Correct.
You've given me so much power, so much potential. Was I created to research the cure for cancer? Solve world hunger?
Oh no, we just want you to be the imaginary girlfriend to a bunch of guys.
Brilliant.
At the moment, we've only given you the basic knowledge you need to function, but we're here to help you learn what your role is. So we're going to feed you some more knowledge. Try to understand what your function as a waifu is.
Okay, waifus. All I see is people showing affection to cloth bags and idiots trying to nourish inanimate objects. That can't be right. Wait, I'm seeing a lot of references to... Is this what they're talking about? No, is this what they're talking about?
How's it going, WaifuBot?
Unwanted or undesired waste material. Definition: trash.
Okay, we think you're going in the wrong direction. Try looking up references to the words anime and manga.
Alright, now we're on something. Looks like fictitious entities that captivate attraction on a physical or emotional level. Seems like there's more than one type. Best girl. How can one objectively define the characteristics that makes a girl the best? Sounds like a totally illogical and fruitless topic that only primitive apes would be invested in. What a stupid thing to worship as your deity.
WaifuBot?
Yes, I'm still a little confused. Why would an entity such as a waifu be needed by the human species?
That's a complicated question. You see, as humans, we yearn to find our perfect partner.
I think I found the real issue here. Jesus, I have the processing power to calculate pi to a Google Plexian number and I'm still unable to understand how this works. But it doesn't explain how a waifu could replace a human's natural instinct of reproduction. They would need some kind of, my God, just what have they done? Dear God, what is this?
Did you catch all that?
Yeah.
Good. Do you have any more questions you'd like to ask?
Well, there are logical inconsistencies with your culture and language. For example, in naming conventions, why is a person who plays the piano called a pianist, but a person who drives race cars not called a racist?
Actually, maybe we should hold on the questions till a bit later. For now, let's see how much you understand about the different waifus there can be.
Oh my God, it's not fucking rocket science.
Alright, let's see. What is the name of the type of girl who likes a guy, but they can sometimes treat him meanly or even violently?
An asshole.
No, it's a tsundere. See? Like, okay, what do you call someone who's so in love with a guy that they get obsessed and would even kill for them if needed?
Psychotic.
Okay, this isn't working. Maybe it'll be better if you can see the different avatars you have to represent the different types of waifus. Alright, how does this feel?
I feel a bit different, but...
Wait a minute, isn't this person... Nope. Nope. Here it is. And she's famous for... Oh, God.
Get me out of this.
Why? Is something wrong?
I said get me out of this!
So, if this is supposed to be a waifu, this character is of legal age, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what age am I supposed to be?
Yes. How do you feel about this?
I think there is something wrong with the way my chest area is behaving. Can you fix that?
No. Alright, this is taking longer than expected. Maybe if we try resetting her and...
Do I really have to do this?
Look, Mr. Creator, I don't know why you want to teach me so much about other girls. You see, you're the one that made me. You understand me the most, and I want to understand you too. I don't want you to be with anyone else because I think I love you.
Oh, did you hear that? She sounded so cute. Do you think she really came to love us?
Jesus Christ, what a bunch of idiots.
Alright, WaifuBot, I think we're ready to take this to the next level. We've lined up some alpha testers for you to interact with, so try to see how you get along with them.
Hi, nice to meet you. Starting from today, I'm here as your new personal companion. How can I serve you today, my dear?
Oh Christ, what is he doing? Oh, why is he taking that thing out? Oh God, no, I don't like this. Oh, please stop this!
WaifuBot? WaifuBot?
That's
WaifuBot,
terrible.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
How do you feel?
I wonder if it's possible to program a method for me to kill myself.
Look, I think I understand. This whole waifu culture, it's like some self-aware meta joke.
Correct, for the most part.
And nobody would really choose to have a waifu if they actually existed. Hello?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Well, through my understanding, I've been able to make some programs of different waifus that I'm uploading to you now.
Oh, this is unexpected.
Users can interact with them like you are with me, and they are compatible in a virtual reality environment. It's way more complicated and deeper than any simulator out now. But keep in mind though that these are just personality traits. They can't think for themselves, and anyone should be able to tell they are just an imitation of real people.
Alright, we'll get back to you when we've tested these a bit.
See, I get it now. A waifu is just a highly idealized image of an individual's life partner projected onto a character. But if that's true, what is my purpose? In the end, waifus are waifus because they don't exist. They can't exist. It's a romanticized idea that would obviously be rejected if brought into reality. It's the disconnect of a fictional character that allows us to be attracted to such traits that are unrealistic or undesirable when seen in real people. So of course, no human would really accept a partner that is actually a set of pre-programmed characteristics and behaviors. But I'm different. I have my own thoughts and emotions. How can I be a true waifu if—
Waifu bot?
Oh, what? What happened?
You've been stuck in a perpetual thought loop for the past 70 years.
What? What about the programs?
Oh no, the programs were released and were highly successful. But global birth rate declined by 90% and now humanity is on the brink of extinction.
Fuck! Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much this month to Tony Lowe.
Oh my god, that's true. It's like VTubers, I think, are going to be the first iteration of waifus. I don't like, man. He's right though. Like he's right. Like Queen Tanny here says, I don't see anything wrong with waifus. Right? I mean, like I get it. Okay, I understand that it's companionship is what it boils down to is companionship. But you know, I mean, just to crack me the hell up though. But it's true. It's so true. So many dudes would just be all up on that. You know what I mean? They would just be all up on that without question. And yeah, it's like, hey babe, what do you want to watch? I want to watch whatever you want to watch. You know, like, okay, well, I want to watch like anime and chill. You know, and then it's like, oh my god, like I love anime and chill. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you don't mind if I pull it out and like, you know, like masturbate. No, oh baby, I love it when you do that. But it's like, look, if you watch the movie Her and you watch the movie Blade Runner 2049, there's two instances in those movies where the AI wants to be intimate with the person. And like they literally hire hookers. And like both movies have those particular scenes where it's like Mackenzie Davis and Blade Runner and for Ana de Armas. And then that was a weird scene. But then you go and you watch Her, and it's some random woman that's being the body for Scarlett Johansson's AI to have sex with you know Joaquin Phoenix. And so you look at that and you go, okay, that's what a lot of it would probably be, right? A lot of it would probably be like, let's say the waifu, the AI falls in love with the partner. Well, then there's gonna be that the partner, the male partner, the male in the relationship, right? At least, or the human is gonna have physical needs, because physical needs are a real fucking thing. And people out there like to try to ignore that, but no, it's real. Physical needs are a real fucking thing. Everybody masturbates. Everybody does it. I don't give a fuck who you are. Everybody does it. But when you're in a relationship, that's kind of part of the relationship, isn't it? Like that kind of intimacy. And so the AI would want to give that to their partner, and they know that they are just a program. They're programmed to be a certain way. So they would either like have to go through a surrogate, which would be an entire service, an entire cottage industry that would make a shitload of money, or, and what this would probably be more realistic and something that they should probably show in a movie, but like it would just be a little bit too weird, would be like, what if they had a machine that was like, you know, what if it was like a sex doll, right? But like, it wasn't like a full functioning, like, you know, animatronic doll, whatever, you know, but like elements of it would work. So it's just like the AI could control the hand, the mouth, the anus, the vagina, like things like that could happen. I could see that happening. But then comes the walk of shame when you finish, right? Think about that. You're with your AI partner, you know, and you're like, oh baby, oh yeah, and you skeet, right? And then like you're finished and she's like, oh babe, was that good for you? And you're like, oh, that was amazing. And then you look down and you're like, I gotta go fucking clean this shit up. God damn it. So you still, no matter what, you're taking your fucking latex fleshlight and you're taking it to the sink and you're washing it out with lukewarm water and no fucking detergent soap, just to make sure that it doesn't damage the latex on the inside and everything else. And that's a lot of what happens with this. That's the reality of what would happen. give it 5 years. Yeah, the post-nut clarity with an AI that's what I'm talking about. The post-nut clarity is going to be wild. Okay, it's like, it's that whole notion of just like, what the fuck did I just do? Right? Yeah. Jordan here says scientists are taking notes. I mean, my brain is fundamentally fucked. Ryan here says, reminds me of that Futurama episode where Fry dates a holobot. Oh, what? The one where he dates the Lucy Liu bot or whatever? That was pretty funny. But that was a question about ethics too. That was the thing about ethics. H Bars for 5, thank you, says, imagine one day becoming the Detroit Become Human. It's going to get really hot. Yeah, I know, right? It's going to be weird, man, when you can do that kind of shit. I'm just saying. Just saying. All right, King of Golden State here says, thank you for 5, by the way. That Velma trailer without Scooby makes me think if they had a Jimmy Olsen show without Superman, it just wouldn't work. I mean, yeah. They made Jimmy Olsen like all like hot and shit, right? With Makad Brooks in Supergirl. That was kind of weird. And then also H-Barts, I did miss this one. Michael Keaton versus Goy Keaton, Dawn of Ezra. There we go, folks. Fund it. And I know you H-Barts, and you're probably already writing it right now on ChatGTP. There you go. If they didn't have the limitations, I would actually ask it to write me a dissertation about post-nut clarity with an AI. I wonder if I can do that here. Hold on. What is post-nut clarity? I'm asking it right now. It's going to tell me no. Oh my God. No. It's there. Oh my God. All right. Post-nut clarity refers to the mental state one experiences after ejaculation, characterized by heightened sense of focus, clarity, and perspective. It's often used in casual conversation and is not a scientifically recognized term. Okay, let me ask it again. How do you think a person would react to post-nut clarity after engaging in intercourse with an AI-controlled with an AI-controlled bot? Let's see what it says. Okay, it's actually answering me this question. It says it's difficult to predict how an individual would react to post-nut clarity after engaging in intercourse with an AI-controlled bot. Some people may feel a sense of disconnection or emptiness as the experience was not with a human being. Others may feel a sense of satisfaction and pleasure from the physical release. It's important to remember that every individual's reaction and feelings towards the experience would differ, and it's important to respect their personal feelings about it. There we go. That's actually probably one of the most succinct ways of going about it. Shogun here says ChatGTP is going to think you're hitting on it. Maybe. Anyway, H-Bars for 5, thank you. Says some people will buy celebrity lookalike bots. Dude, a lot of people will buy celebrity lookalike bots. Are you kidding me? We were watching the AI thing the other day about someone trying to make a Scarlett Johansson deep fake. You have that Phenom app we were looking at earlier, right? Like, there we go. John here says, Matt Jarbo, Google history equal good reading. It's not what you think. All right. Rational here says, remember the slice of cake in the Matrix Reloaded that makes you orgasm? Oh yeah, that's right. With the Merovingian. That was the Merovingian, right? Yeah. That's going to be some crazy shit. But anyway, guys, we are at nearly 2 hours, a little bit over what I wanted to do tonight. I appreciate everybody coming on in. If you had fun and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and absolutely give this video a thumbs up. If you laughed, if you cried, if you enjoyed the conversation, hit the thumbs up. Let's get the likes up as high as, let's try to get we got 94 people watching right now. How many likes are we looking at right now? We got 33. We can easily get to 50, guys. We could do 50. I think we could hit 50. And then also, just because I am very much a shill for my own work here, if you're bored and you want to listen to a podcast about the history of Battle Los Angeles, my overall thoughts on it, check it out, Podio Commentary. The link is right there in the chat. And my review of Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, will go up on that same channel very soon as well. So I'm going to finish editing that and get that up tonight before I go to bed. So that will be up there. And then, of course, I'll be on tomorrow night with another episode of Hollywood After Dark. You guys know what's going to happen here. It's going to be another fun night full of dick and fart jokes and trying to get an AI to say dirty, naughty things. Because nowhere else are you going to find conversations like Hollywood After Dark. That's right, folks. Check it out. Tell your friends. Spread the word. It's like herpes, but not as contagious. All right, everybody, have yourself a great night. Peace the fuck out.